Whether it was the fake apology to Drew, caping for Phaedra, or outing an alliance of the newbies to allegedly take her down, Porsha was working overtime at the reunion to make up for phoning it in all season on Real Housewives of Atlanta. But she still stayed in character, talking loud, but saying absolutely nothing.
Just talking loud.
And saying nothing.
And saying nothing. Just talking loud. Gone James Brown, because that's what she was doing. Talking loud and saying nothing. Deflect, lie, misdirect. Doing it all, girl, because every time someone confronted her on anything, especially when it came to the Charles situation and saying what she did concerning Angela's husband.
Oh my gosh.
She deflects. She misdirects. She never answers because she was outright wrong.
Yes.
Nasty wrong.
Yes. That was so crazy. They asked that question. That's what everybody want to know. Why would you even say such a thing? Why would you say such a thing? The way she misdirected that conversation when they asked her that question was almost like a masterclass. And it's almost given, if you look at this, it's given that Porsha, sometimes she just playing dumb. You know, because she turned that whole question on its head with just one statement. One statement. They said, okay, well, why did you say that about Angela's husband? Yeah. And she goes, well, first, when we had that sit down at Cynthia's Bailey Q, Angela apologized to me for saying that about Simon, for trying to, because she tried to say, why don't you take accountability for, taking Simon or whatnot. And the fact that wasn't even what was said, it's like she knew that was going to trigger Angela to set the record straight.
Exactly.
And then it went off on a whole tangent from there. So
she never
answered the question
about doing that to Charles.
And it's never. Almost like everybody forgot what the question was.
That's what she did intentionally.
That was oh my gosh.
That
girl's been playing dumb for some things. I'm not saying she's, but some things she's playing dumb on.
Look, this girl is in survival mode.
Yes.
Okay? She is in survival mode. She plays dumb, whether she is dumb or not, who knows. She plays dumb very well. That's what makes people think that, oh, this girl is dumb. Mm-hmm. Because y'all know what? She plays it very well.
Very well.
She deflected that entire thing to keep from holding herself accountable to what she said to Angela, or rather to her little group about Angela's husband.
Exactly. Yeah, because then Angela had to set the record straight. She was like, no, that's not what happened. What happened was you brought up Charles first, talking about, I know something about your husband.
That's right.
And then after that, Angela went on about how the conversation progressed, and she ended up saying how they were talking about how Shamia introduced Simon and Porsha.
Oh, yeah.
And then Shamia was like, oh, no, wait a minute. I didn't introduce them. No, that's not what happened. I didn't do that. That ain't. And then Angela's like, no, you said that, I introduced them. This is my best friend. And you see how we not even talking about Charles no more in the comments that was said. See? Now it's like, oh, well, you introduced them. And Shamia's back. No, I didn't. And then when they finally asked Porsha, well, did she introduce you? And Portia's like, a pause and a look.
A long pause.
Basically giving the idea that, yeah, whatever I'm getting ready to say next is a lie. Because then after that long pause, she goes, no.
Exactly.
It's like,
but
what?
See, here's the thing in that. Because in various platforms, she had said...
It was an Instagram post. When they first got together in 2021. Porsha said, because all that was going on, I think it was like a month after everybody saw what she did to Fallon. And the next thing you know, she put out a post, a picture of her and Simon talking about, I'ma stick beside him. Like, that's my man, I'ma stick beside him. Shamia put up something, like, she commented on the post, oh, it's up and mother loving stuck. And then Porsha puts on there something about, oh, thank you, best friend. You the best matchmaker ever.
Exactly.
And she put that up in 2021.
And that led people to believe or think that Shamia set her up with Simon.
Exactly.
That's what she wanted people to think.
Exactly.
You see how she does?
Angela was like, you said you introduced them, and then it was like, no, roll back the tape. And what Shamia actually said was that she was there when they met.
That's what she said.
And the interesting part about that is, it's quite possible that she never introduced them or matchmake them. It's just that Porsha's put that out on the social media platform. She put that out in 2021, and because Shamia is her lapdog and has been her lapdog all that time, she never refuted it because, okay, she's gonna go with whatever the play is because she's still trying to get on the show back in 2021.
And she's coming back and seeing that all that she tried to do for this girl has just turned and just slapped her right in her face.
Mm-hmm.
She's out here windmilling for her, and that's why she gave her that look. Girl,
oh,
when Porsha came onto the set, Shamia was already sitting there. Shamia gave her a look that I would say, if looks could, you know what?
She was mean mugging
Porsha, because I'm like, yeah, she literally was looking at Porsha like she could not stand this girl.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because she came on there windmilling for her.
Yep.
In everything that Porsha was a part of. She defending her on this end.
Yep.
She defending her on that end. And she sees that this girl didn't have anything for her.
Not at all.
And she was mean mugging her. And y'all, it's going to even get worse on the second one because they are going to go at it.
Yeah.
It's amazing because what we did discover in here was the Kenya Moore connection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they talked about an alliance.
Yeah.
Okay, and someone let it spill that, oh, Porsha was in that alliance too. And she tried to say she wasn't in the alliance.
Yep.
And we're like, okay, the alliance to get Kenya Moore off the show?
Right. Because
okay.
That's what we talked about.
That's what we talked about. It's like, no, they trying to say the new girl alliance. Well, why does there have to be an alliance? No, that goes all the way back to, yes, Porsha was involved in this alliance.
Right, because, and that's funny, because she tried to throw it off of herself. They were talking about how Britt was a no-show for the reunion.
Right.
And so Porsha brought up the fact that, oh, I wish she was there because she could have brought this up for herself. But here, she'll just say this. Britt told her that Shamia, Kelly, and Britt, they had formed an alliance to try to take Porsha down. And it's like,
just turned that thing. No, they like, no.
I think you just told off on yourself.
You told off on yourself because the alliance was formed to take Kenya Moore down.
Exactly.
She told off on herself. That didn't even make any sense.
Shamia at that point was like, well, there was an alliance, but it was Porsha, Shamia, Britt, and Kelly. They formed an alliance so that Kelly and Britt wouldn't be so hard on Porsha. Now, that made no sense
at all. That made no sense at all.
Because,
they are lying their rumps off.
But the alliance was that they would come and go after Kenya.
Exactly.
That's what it was. But Porsha outed them all with that. And what happened was when Kelly came in hot, talking about why she steal that lady's husband, that was all a cover-up. That was to make it like, oh yeah, this isn't an alliance that Porsha could be part of because why would they come after her first? It was all cover up because that went away real fast.
We knew there was an alliance in the jump, and the alliance was to get Kenya Moore.
Exactly.
And the fact that truth always has to prevail, these heifers couldn't help but bring this alliance situation up.
Yes.
And then it just set forth the truth that it was all about. Why would they be an alliance to take Porsha? No, it wasn't about that. These newbies were coming there to try to kiss Porsha's behind.
Exactly.
There wasn't an alliance to take her down.
Exactly.
And especially when Shamia revealed that no, Porsha was in this alliance.
Right.
Porsha was sitting up there like, oh, egg was thrown all over her face.
Mm-hmm.
She was sitting up there like caught in the headlights.
Exactly.
Like, Porsha's in this alliance, right? Because we know what the alliance was.
Right.
The alliance was to take Kenya Moore down, okay?
Exactly. And Porsha did one of her classic numbers. She threw a rock and then hit her hand because she knew she was part of that.
Yes.
To take Kenya down.
She was.
But then she made herself the victim of it in this situation so that she wouldn't come off as the villain of it. The true person who they went after was Kenya, but now Porsha's flipped the script saying, oh no, they were going to try to come after her.
And I'm like, girl, you sound stupid. That doesn't even make any sense.
None at all.
These girls were coming to kiss your behind.
Period.
Okay?
Period.
They were coming in so hard because they thought some kind of way that you were the runner of this.
Yeah.
Because of things they had seen. Okay?
Exactly.
So they weren't forming an alliance against you. They saw what was going on. They knew that some kind of way you had it in with the big wigs. Okay?
Exactly.
They were trying to kiss your butt at every turn.
Right.
You gave that away.
Exactly.
You gave it away.
Trying to steal Kenya's storyline on this. The fact that somebody actually did come after Kenya, just like she ended up trying to use Drew for a storyline. And that was so crazy because first they started off talking about how Porsha was ready to take accountability and to clear things up and whatever like that. And then they brought in the whole Drew and Dennis thing.
Yeah.
And Porsha was still talking about, oh no, this text was real. Dennis was like, he don't take whatever, he wants cash for his studio sessions. And so she was still trying to put it out there that Drew was trying to hunch for some beats. And even though Drew was saying that's not what the text messages said, she said that Ralph had told her that wasn't what the text messages said, but Porsha's still putting that out there, still trying to say all this stuff about Drew. But then the next thing you know, she gonna get up and go over there like she's so sorry for all the wrong she said to her during the season.
Deflection.
Like
another
what?
Deflection. Because she knew that's what she had decided to make her storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why she definitely wanted to apologize, because she know doggone well she didn't have a storyline.
Right.
After she messed up on these people and didn't bring them anything.
Yeah,
she messed up on these people.
Drew made it plain. She said that she promised them a lifestyle that she ended up not being able to deliver on. Period. And then when Porsha kept going in trying to say all that stuff about these text messages between Drew and Dennis, Drew ended up saying,
she said she looks so foolish right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, wow. She called that out from the very beginning because she wanted that girl to be her storyline.
Yep.
And Drew saw it for what it was, because she gets her rump up and she goes over there with this fake apology.
Mm-hmm.
Because she to me, it's like she was saying, girl, you so right. You were my storyline and I did that. Yeah, she said, you look like a fool right now. That's what she said to her.
Yep.
Drew called it out. She said, you look like a fool right now.
Yep. And she even told her at one point, she told Porsha, don't play victim. Just stop.
Exactly.
Just stop.
It's the survival mode,
Mm-hmm.
the misdirection, the deflection. Oh, this girl has really shown all sides.
Yeah. And like you said, that survival mode is really something to that. And that can even go to why she went after Simon the way she did when he was with Fallon. Because, they try to play it off and put out there that, it was love.
Now that's some bullshit.
Love is no excuse for doing someone dirty at all.
Thank you.
And as a matter of fact, what the Bible says about love, of how it thinks no evil and it vaunts not itself over the other, love would have had her not wanting Simon to look like a dirty cheating rat and cheating on his wife with one of her co-workers. So love would have had her taking a back step until all that situation was sorted out, and then they can come out. But no, she went after Simon because she was in survival mode, because she thought Simon had something that it seems like he
obviously
might not have had.
He did not have.
Exactly.
Okay.
She was in survival mode.
Yes.
And that's why she went after him. And then when she found out, because they finally, they asked her a little bit about, well, what happened, what led to the divorce. And she ended up saying, well, he put her into unsafe situations, not physically.
That's what she said. So we know it wasn't physical, so we know it was definitely financial.
Because that's what, dollar make Porsha holler. So
yeah.
We know it was financial.
Oh yeah, it was financial, and baby, she got out of that quick, because she said it was no way, because even in the other video we was like, well, who's scamming who here?
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I believe she eventually saw something, and that man was trying to do something. We won't say, but we'll just leave it at that. I'm telling you, that girl has been in survival mode for a long time.
Exactly.
And it's unfortunate to see, because she is a pretty girl.
She is.
Okay. And I'm like, what happened? Girl, you don't have to be out here fighting like this and talking about running up on somebody else's husband. This does not have to be your mode of operandi.
Oh my gosh. It's like she's making this a pattern, because Cynthia and Porsha went on somebody's show. I think it was called like We're Playing Spades or something like that. I don't know what platform that is. But they asked a question of both of the ladies. They said, if you could steal one thing from that person's career, mind you.
Yeah, career.
What would it be? Why Porsha the first one to answer this question, and she goes, her baby daddy.
Exactly.
That is not her career.
That's not her career.
But maybe in Porsha's mind, baby daddy, husband snatching, man stealing, that's a career for Porsha. That's that survival mode. So she wants Cynthia's baby daddy.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Girl, you don't have to live like that. What in the world?
It just proves like this is a mode of operandi for her. This is how she moves in these streets, girl.
And that is not the way.
It's not.
We have seen that you can do some other things, okay?
Right. Girl, get out of this survival mode. It's not necessary. You can do this without resorting to that type of behavior.
That's it. That's all.
All right, let us know what you guys think in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.